The first major inflation report since the war with Iran began was released just moments ago. Inflation rose to 3.3% in March, the hottest reading in 2 years, largely pushed by a surge in energy prices. Let's bring in the co-anchor of CNBC's Squawk Box and New York Times columnist Andrew Ross Sorkin. Andrew, what is the takeaway this morning?
Look, I think the takeaway, we're back to this sort of uniquely, actually almost split screen scenario where you have equities, and this has been true throughout, where the equities market, people investing in stocks, have been oddly more optimistic about the situation, even when they're looking, or should be looking, I would imagine, at what's happening to gas prices. And WTI is up this morning. So it doesn't, to be honest, make a lot of sense. I think oftentimes people look at some of the headlines and think, oh, goodness, they're in talks. Maybe something good could happen, and they get optimistic about that. But for whatever reason, we've had this sort of roller coaster all week where people have gotten excited, as we've talked about on this show many times, too excited about this idea that somehow this is going to be come to some kind of easy conclusion. And then there's been a whipsaw on the other end. Yeah, and let's transition now to another number that came in this week, which is that the Q4 GDP number was revised down to 0.5%. Reuters reported yesterday that U.S. economic growth has slowed more than previously estimated. In the fourth quarter, downgrades to business investments and inventory accumulation, but corporate profits increased sharply, according to government data. Are these two things connected? Well, they are, but it's an inflation story. And, you know, the President of the United States ran on this idea that he was going to lower inflation in the United States. And between the war and tariffs, we are not there. Empirically, we are not there, which is going to make it a lot harder for the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates, which is something that the president has been calling for. And to be honest, a lot of folks in the markets have, of course, desperately wanted. But given where we are right now, even if Kevin Warsh, whose nomination now, or at least the confirmation process appears to be delayed, even if and when he gets into that role, I think it's going to be very, very challenging for him to lower interest rates in this environment, given that inflation continues to be elevated.
Yeah, and U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro has not showed any signs of letting up on that Jerome Powell investigation. So TBD on Warsh's confirmation. But CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.